What's up, guys? Running to Kai's here with another review for you. Today, I'll be reviewing Power Rangers Beast Morphers Episode 2. Now, I'm not quite sold on Beast Morphers just yet. I enjoyed Episode 2, but for as much as I enjoyed Episode 2, it did not convince me that I want to wake up at 8 o'clock every Saturday morning to watch this show live. You know, this is more of a show I'd rather binge watch 5 episodes at a time because, I don't know, there's not a lot keep making me want to stay and support this show. And we'll get to that later in the review, but there's a few things that I don't think it's quite Power Rangers problem. I think it's adapting the Sentai problem that I have issues with. Or all the issues I have with the episode are from that. And I didn't find that out until after I'd done some research on the episode, went on Twitter, discussed it with some of the fans, you know. And let's get into the review. We'll get into good, bad, and my favorite part. So let's get into the good first. Let's do the plot. Basically, the Power Rangers try to figure out who's going to be the leader. Is it going to be the Blue Ranger or the Yellow Ranger? Or the Red Ranger. Who wants to be the leader? The Yellow Ranger and the Blue Ranger, basically the whole episode are arguing who's going to be the leader. And of course, you know how this is going to go. Who's been the leader of every Power Ranger season? You know, spoiler alert, it's the Red Ranger. He ends up being the leader. You know, we knew this was going to be the ending result. But it was kind of cool to see people trying to fight for the hierarchy. You know what I mean? Like, it's good that they even brought that up, you know? Because that's the problem with MMPR. Everyone just accepts, hey, Jason's the leader. You know, he's going to be the leader. You know, there was no issue until we got to the comic books, like 20 years later, the newer comic books where you see, you know, Zach's actually jealous of the Red Ranger being the leader. You know, so it was good that they kind of brought that, like, ahead in this series and actually discussed it. Some of the issues I had with the episode, and I went to full length of this on Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter, at RemDog105, you would have saw that discussion this morning. But basically, they had a thing where everybody had their weaknesses, and like the weakness for the entire second episode for the Red Ranger was dog, because he has cheetah DNA, so I figured because he's a cat, he'd be afraid of a domestic dog. Which is wrong, because when have you ever seen a cheetah get scared of a dog? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense as a weakness. Right? So, but that's a Sentai issue. That was a problem with the Sentai, them adapting the weaknesses from Go Busters. So that's not quite a Power Ranger rating issue as much as it's an adaptation issue. I feel like they had to adapt it, and yeah, that's one of the things that just didn't translate well with Beast Morphers, if you ask me. I thought the villains were kind of lame today. When you see the real villains, the guys who are behind all this stuff, the guys who try to get the Morph X. I mean, I love the Evil Rangers. I love them. They're the good part. But, like, the guy who's working for the Snake Dude, he looks like he's just reused suit from Ninja Steel. You know, the guy from the theme song that works at the TV show. He looks like it's the same suit, just recolored and trying to pass off on this to save money. Which I have no issue with saving money, but, like, that's the suit you went with. Like, really? I don't know. But that's just nitpicking me, you know. Like I said, I don't think it's worth me getting up at 8 a.m. every Saturday morning to watch this show. I might do reviews every 5 episodes, or even do it on the podcast. We'll do like the month of Beast Morphers, you know what I mean? But all in all, I thought it was a decent episode, but Beast Morphers hasn't convinced me yet. You know what I mean? It's still I'm not sure if this is worth watching as much as Dino Charge is worth watching every week. It hasn't hooked me yet. The action scene was really good. All the action in this episode were really good. I like the rivalry between the two Red Rangers, Blaze and Devin. I mean, that rivalry is great, you know? It's just like a Jason-Tommy rivalry. I feel like that's what it's going to end up being by the end of the season. You know, you can just see these two. They're so similar, but yet so different, you know? And I really like seeing that, you know? But I'm not convinced on the other Rangers. Oh, and one thing I should add that I really liked was the two comic relief characters did a really good job. I like how they interact with the fight. When they saw the Red Ranger was frozen from his weakness, they went over and started jumping into the fight to help him. I mean, that's great. They're security guards. They're trained fighters. Go ahead and do that. You know? It's great. I love it. That was a great addition. I wish more Power Ranger seasons would let the characters interact, you know, in the fights. But that's just me. You know, comment below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe for more videos coming soon. And I'll see you guys next week with another review. Alright, peace out, y'all.